Nepal is burning and 73-year-old Sushila Karki has been chosen by the Gen Z protesters to lead Nepal's interim government after the resignation of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. She is said to have been chosen for her credibility. But who is Sushila Karki? Sushila was born in Biratnagar of Nepal on June 7, 1952. She did a master's degree in political science from Banaras Hindu University in India in 1975 and a law degree in Nepal. Notably, she became the first woman Chief Justice of Nepal. Sushila is widely regarded in Nepal for her stance against corruption. One landmark ruling that she had done was she allowed Nepali women to pass citizenship to their children, a right that earlier was limited to men. This is seen as a big step for gender equality in Nepal. She has handled many high-profile cases, corruption cases like those involving Om Bhaktarana, cases related to peacekeeping corruption, cases around royal family property rights. At times, her impartiality and integrity have been tested. For example, there was an attempt to impeach her during Prachanda-led government in 2017, which sparked street protests in her support. But why is she being looked now and chosen as the interim PM? Following the resignation of KP Sharma Oli as PM amid nationwide protests and unrest, many, especially the Gen Z movement in Nepal, they see her as a strong choice to lead the country in transitional capacity. Her reputation for neutrality, credibility, and her past activism on issues of justice, rights have made her acceptable to many factions. Gen Z protesters had earlier considered other figures, for example Kathmandu Mayor Balin Shah, but they settled on Sushila Karki for her clean record and reliability. She has expressed willingness to lead and negotiations are underway, including the army chief to form an interim government under her leadership, and now this decision has been taken. What are the challenges in Nepal right now and what lies ahead? Even as interim leader, the road won't be easy. The protests have been intense and recent violence has left many injured and some of them dead. There is expectation from various quarters to deliver swift reforms ensuring stability until fresh elections. Balancing the demands of protesters, especially youth and Gen Z, and navigating political divides will be her major task. Also, there are institutional challenges dealing with corruption, restoring trust, preserving the rule of the law. But what does the Nepalese constitution actually say? It allows special measures in extraordinary times like emergency rule under Article 273 or even parliament is dissolved. But here's the catch. The president has very limited powers. They can't just appoint anyone unless they invoke Articles 76 and 77 to justify bringing in a neutral figure when no party can claim majority. So a constitutional amendment, is that an option? Practically impossible right now. It needs a 2/3 majority in parliament and that's out of reach, which leaves the president with one drastic option: declare an emergency to give legal cover for the next step. But what other options did Nepal have? Another scenario involves the Nepalese army forcing political parties to reach a deal, allowing them to nominate an interim PM, which has happened in this case, and former Chief Justice of Nepal, Sushila Karki, who has been chosen as the interim chief by the student protesters. Declaring fresh elections is another option for the president, but it is not practically feasible at the moment. According to sources close to Nepal's army chief, the military is clear that the Gen Z group has popular support, making it impossible for it to go against their opinion. Any solution must meet their current demands, and that's what has happened now. For more news and updates, stay tuned to FPJ.